Hey, what up, guys? I hope everybody's having a blessed day today, and I hope everybody's doing great. Remember, keep the positive energy, keep the positive energy, let the negative out, and just take some deep breaths. Sometimes that wasn't a right way to take a deep breath, but you gotta. There you go. Make sure you take a deep breath every day whenever you ain't feeling so good. And if that doesn't help, then you better scream. Screaming, hey, that helps too. But anyways, today I'm gonna talk about a topic that I don't really talk about. Nobody really knows about this. I feel like only a few people know about this, and it's the girl who I went to her house that night, and probably 4 more friends. I don't really share this part of my life. This part of my life is like hidden. It's like in this little dark closet that nobody really knows this information about me. So basically, whenever I was around 13, 7th grade, it was 13, 14, but I'm pretty sure I was 13 because in 7th grade I turned 14, and that was in April, and this was before December. So this was around 13. I was 13 years old, and I'm gay, so I was curious. I was curious of, meeting new gay people. I was out. People knew I was bisexual, and I was curious. I wanted to meet, other gay people. And I was going through Instagram that day, and I was seeing that some other older gays that I would stalk because I wasn't, I guess, brave enough to follow them because I was scared of what people thought about me. So I would see that they had this app named Grindr on their phone. I was like, oh, okay, alright. This app, wow, you can meet, gay people. So yeah, guess what happened? I downloaded this app. Keep in mind, this app, it's not your meet and make friends app. It's more of you meet and hook up app. And I didn't really know that at that time. I wasn't sure what that was, hooking up and all of that, even though everybody in my school in 7th grade was having sex. I still didn't know that. So what happened was I downloaded and do my profile, whatever. People started messaging me, and I started messaging them back. And usually I would tell them that I was 13, or I would tell them no, I'm 14, or I would boost up my age to 15. And some of them were like, what the fuck? You're not supposed to be here. I'm gonna report your account. And that is the right thing to do. At that time I was like, what the fuck, bro? I'm 13. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. And truth is, I didn't know at that time. After that, there was, just like how there was people who did care that I was 13 and I was in that app, there was people who didn't care. There was people who just didn't care. They saw a 13-year-old boy and they were interested, I guess. They were interested. So let me just put this out there. Part of this is my fault. And I'm not, what's it called? I don't know. I wish I wouldn't have done that, but that taught me a lesson. That really did taught me a lesson. So there was this guy. So he messages me. We have this conversation, and later on, while we're having this conversation, I told him hey, I'm 13, and he's like, oh, that's okay. I don't mind. I would like to be your friend, this and that. So then seconds later, or after minutes later, he's like, do you want to have sex? And I was like, bro, what the fuck? I just told you I'm 13 and you're 28. He was 28. I remember he was 28. And he was like, it's okay, I'll make sure that, the fucking typical shit, I goes gentle on you and this and that. And I was like, what the fuck, bro? In my head, I'm like, bitch, I am going to fucking trick your ass. I'm gonna flake on your ass and I'm gonna make you look stupid. Oh my god. Anyway, before I get to that part. So basically, I'm like, yeah, sure, let's meet up. Let's meet up at my school. Or not at my school, but let's meet up at this old elementary where I used to go. And he was like, alright, let's meet up. So we met up. And before we met up, he told me, like, no quiero que andes con tus pendejadas. Basically, he was like, I don't want you to be with your stupid bullshit. Like, we're gonna get to it and we're gonna, like, do business, get to business. And I was like, okay. And I was like, yeah, sure. There's, I really, like, I was telling him that whenever he was like, he wanted to have sex, I was like, oh yeah, I really want to have sex too. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, right now, like, bitch, I'm stupid as fuck. And basically, what happens next is I'm like, okay, let's meet up. I walk outside my house, and I remember it was around November, December, because I had some shorts, and I was in this little sweater, and it was freezing balls out there. Like, bitch, it was freezing balls. So I walked to my elementary school. It's like a 5-minute walk. And whenever I get there, and I see his car, like, bitch, me se chiquito, like, no pude, like, I don't know how to say it. It was like I froze inside, and everything that I had planned to do, I didn't do it. So I was in his car, like, I walked towards his car, and he opened the front door, and I was like, do you want to get in? And I was like, I'll go in the back. So I went to the back seat, and he was playing this cringy ass music. Like, those music that you put before having sex? I think it's jazz, but I'm not sure. If you know what I'm talking about, comment below so I can refresh my memory and listen to some of them. And it was just like, what the fuck, bro? I want to throw up. And then he was driving around, and he was like, oh, like, I thought this was a setup. I was really scared. I thought the cops were gonna come, and I was looking out for cops and this and that. And I was like, no, it's not a setup. And he was driving around my school, the old elementary where I used to go, and it was like, where do you want to stop? Like, where do you want to, like, start this? And I was quiet. He did the third lap, and he was all like, where do you want to stop? And he was like, okay, then I'll stop right here. And whenever he said that, I was like, I really don't want to do this. Like, I'm not ready for this. Like, I'm a virgin, and you know this. Like, I'm not ready. And he was all like, what do you mean? And he started screaming in Spanish. It was Spanish. He's like, te dije que no quería que anduvieras con tus pendejadas desde que estamos hablando por text. Like, I told your ass, don't be with this bullshit. Like, what the fuck? Come over here. And I was in the back seat. So I was like, fuck, bro, I'm gonna shit myself. I'm going to literally shit myself at this point. Like, I'm shitting myself. And after that, he was like, come over here. I was in the back seat, and so he started grabbing my legs, and he was like, you're gonna like it, like, I promise you, you're gonna enjoy it. And I was like, oh my god, like, I was like right here, like, bitch, I was throwing up. And he started like grabbing me everywhere down there. And people think that whenever you're gay and somebody like rapes you or something, you're gonna feel like you're gonna get horny or I don't know, something, but that is not the case, guys. Like, if you're not enjoying something, if you're not liking something, like, you're not gonna feel that way. So I wish people didn't really think like that, because there's many people who go through this, gay people who go through this rape thing, and people think they enjoy it or they like it just because they're gay. In some cases, they might not even like to have, to get it or to receive it, So yeah. And after that, he was just, touching me, and it was 1 minute later, I just stayed quiet, and I was like, I don't want to, I really don't. And he was like, you're gonna, like, he tried to convince me, and then I counted to 10, and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna have to count to 10, and I'm gonna have to run. I'm gonna have to run out that motherfucking door. I'm gonna have to, unfreeze myself, because I can't let this happen. Like, this is not going to happen. And I counted to 10, I was like, 1, 2, I started to unlock the door slowly, because he locked the doors, and I locked at my door. and I unlocked it while he was in the front seat because he wanted to come in the back, and I took off. I had to put my pants all the way back up, and I started running. I was fucking running for my life. And the good thing about my apartments where I used to live at is that you need a code to go in, and he didn't know the code, so he was going around and around, and I had to go to my house, to my old apartment, because before I left I dropped the key wherever, and I couldn't find the key, bro. I could not find the fucking key. The key it was dark at night, it was fucking dark, and I could not find the key. Like, the key was nowhere to be found in my porch, because I had like put it somewhere and it dropped, and I was like, what the fuck? It was literally 30 minutes, 40 minutes, somewhere around there, that I started looking around, and I was like, patting everything because it was too dark. And later on, I was like, I can't be out here in this cold. It's too damn cold. I have no pants. I have no this small ass jacket or sweater, and like, bitch, it's freezing. So I go to my friend Dulce's house, and her house was literally like probably 15 minutes away. Not even 15, probably less, probably 10 minutes. So I walk over there and I knock the door. Like, I saw a TV that was on, and I was like knocking on the door. I was like, hey, do y'all have a lighter or something where I can, just try to look for the key? And they were like, yeah, sure. Are you sure you don't want to stay? Her mom was the one who opened. So like, if you want to stay, you can spend the night. I was like, no, it's fine, because I thought my mom would have gotten mad. She would have been pissed. So I was like, no, it's fine, So then afterwards, I get the little cerillos that they let me because they didn't have a flashlight. So I got cerillos, and I was like trying to look, and the cerillos were literally lasting for like 10 seconds, and they had like 20 of them, and I was like, fuck, bro. So then another hour passed by. Around, I don't know what time it is by now, but I was like, fuck it, bro. Like, I have to knock on the door. Like, I have to knock. So I knocked the door, and my dad is up there. It was a 2-story apartment. So my dad is up there, and he's like, what the fuck? Like, what is he doing? Like, why is he up there? He goes down and he's like, ¿Qué está pasando? ¿Por qué estás afuera? And I made a whole story up. Basically, my oven has this clock, and every time the lights go off or something, it restarts. So it starts like whatever random time. So it was perfect timing. It was 7 a.m., 8 a.m. And I told them, hey, I woke up. I thought it was 7 a.m. because of the oven. So I went for a run, because I would run in 7th grade. I would run a lot. So they were like, okay, just get inside. My mom and my dad were mad at me the day before, and I don't know why, and I was grounded. But after that, they weren't grounded. They were like, felt so bad for me because it was cold outside and I was freezing, and I was like really cold. So they were like, okay, back up. Like, there's this little tea right here for you. Like, drink it up. Like, go sleep. We got some cobijas and this and that. And I was like, thank you. But if they would have known what I did, bitch, I would have been slapped the fuck over. I would have been fucking in prison by now. They would have put me in juvenile or some shit. And basically, like, the next day I blocked him right away. I blocked him. I had to block him. And I don't know, after that, let me see. I told Dulce what happened the next day. And everything was just so crazy how everything happened, like, what the fuck. I could have, like, many things could have happened that night. And if I would have avoided that, and if I would have, not think I was a big bad boy or a baddie or whatever, then it wouldn't have happened. So basically, what I want to say is I really wish I was surrounded at that time by older gay people. I wish I had an example, like, somebody to guide me. I wish I had somebody, because I couldn't talk to anybody about this. Like, I literally couldn't talk to anybody about this. This was like really, really, really hard for me to talk to an adult about. And I wish I had, like, at least like a mentor or somebody, who could understand me and not judge me. Tell me, like, hey, you're not, like, you're 13, you don't know what you want. Like, you're not gay, you still don't even know what you like. But I didn't have any of that, you know, like I didn't I didn't have like what I'm trying to say. I wish I had people who gave me advice in order for me, because I would have, you know, I feel like 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 were the worst, like, you know, for me. And I really wish I just had somebody, and I'm making this story just to give an advice, just to give an, like, you know, how do I say it? Like, I don't know how to say it. Para darles como una lección, you know, not a lesson, but to help out anybody out there who needs help. Any of my baby gays, I'm talking about 12, 13, 14, 15, like, don't rush to anything, bro. Don't feel rushed to do anything that you don't want to do, okay? And don't be on Grindr at that age. Like, I understand that you want to, because everybody has different hormones. Like, everybody wants. Now I'm pretty sure that if you're 13, 14, you know what Grindr is and what it is and what it is for. And if you want to be in Grindr because you're 13, 14, 15 and you're horny, I'm sorry, but that's not it. Like, you have to be careful. And I know I'm a hypocrite for saying that, because I went through that, and whenever I was 15 I re-downloaded it, and that's gonna be another story. And I understand that, but it's not okay, bro. Like, it's not. You're like barely developing yourself. Like, your anus is not even a muscle yet. You could literally, if somebody older comes to you, that could like fucking bitch, you're gonna have to get surgery or something. And just be careful, guys. There's many, and plus, you don't know what these people have or what they, you know, like, you don't know what they have. Like, they could have anything, and you just have to be careful. You're gonna be fresh meat. Some people don't care for you. All they care is like, okay, there's this little boy right here. He's a virgin, and he looks like, you know, pretty cute, and this and that, and they're just gonna want to fuck you and leave you, and that's it. Like, they don't care for you, and you might not care for them, and that's what you might want. That's probably what you, but I don't know. You just have to be careful. If you need help, if you need, not help, but if you need advice, if you need something, I've been through things I can share with you and help you out with, but don't go around being gay and not having somebody to guide you, because it's pretty hard. Girls usually have, you know, somebody, a mom or an aunt or somebody who guides them and be like, hey, like, this and that, like, you have to be careful with these type of guys, this and that. But we gay people don't. We, most of the time, we grow up, our parents don't know we're gay, and we don't have somebody to guide us. We don't have somebody to tell us, like, about sex. We don't have somebody to tell us, like, hey, be careful with these type of guys. We don't have any of that. And usually boys and girls do. And boys don't really, because if you're a boy and you're having sex, like, okay, good for you. But, you know, if you're a gay boy, like, you need to know this type of stuff. And I'm not saying straight boys don't, but, you know, they run, especially if you're younger, you run a risk of getting hurt. You run all these risks. So yeah, that was my little, you know, sharing something about me moment. And I hope a lot of you, if you have a younger gay brother or somebody, you share this video with them. And just, you know, stay safe for anybody, because anybody can run through this, anybody can go through this. I don't know, bro, like, it's tough. It's really tough. And I know we all want to act like we're grown, especially with social media nowadays. Like, you know, we have 13-year-olds trying to be grown, and I get it. But you have to be careful. And I'm not saying act your age, because sometimes you might think you're old. I don't know. But I'm not saying, when I say act your age, I'm not saying, like, go play Teletubbies and tag and this and that. But know that if you're 13, 14, 15, you have to be careful with having sex. You have to be careful with these, like, you know, with these type of situations, because it can get to a point where it can be dangerous, you know. And I just wish everybody was safer. Everybody was like, okay, had the knowledge, because if you don't have the knowledge, then you don't know, and you run risk. guys learned something from this video, and I don't know, whatever. I hope you guys enjoy the video, and I'll catch y'all later.